You know what's going down right there. We're making a floating Max. Stay with us.
It's going down. I got this shirt from Goodwill for $4. It was just blue. Painted a yellow stripe. Painting the white stripe. Gotta do the white on the arms. Or no, the yellow on the arms and the white on the back. I got the pants, I got the wig, I got the shoes. We're gonna make a floating Max. Found this shirt from Goodwill for $4. I'm painting the red around the collar like Max has. And then I'm gonna go vertical with a black Sharpie to give the black square effect like her shirt has on the show. It's gonna be looking sweet. Got the white and the yellow painted on the front. The white on the back. I gotta do the arms yellow still. Debating on cutting this pocket off or not. I might just leave it. For the legs, I'm using pool noodles. And I had these old shoes laying around that I was gonna paint from Walmart. I think you can get these for like 12 bucks from Walmart. So I'm just gonna paint them red like Max's shoes and leave I think it was Vans she was wearing. So I'll leave like a little white line to make them look like Vans. And the trick on getting these feet right for the floating Max with the pool noodle is don't just go straight down into the shoe. Take your pool noodle and shove it all the way into the toe. That way it's gonna give that effect like in the scene where Max is taken over by Vecna floating up in the air. Her toes are pointed down at the ground. So I'll flip this camera around and show you that. So to show you, taking the pool noodles and sticking them all the way down to the toes in the shoe to give that effect like her feet are down like in the series. Turn your pool noodles right. So when you shove the pool noodles all the way down to the toes, you'll get that effect. Just like in the show, how her feet is. So I think this is looking pretty good here. I gotta get the torso done with some chicken wire, some pool noodles, get the shirt on it, get the jacket on it, get the head mounted, and 100-pound fishing line should be here today. And I'm gonna go in between a light pole and a tree in my front yard, and it'll be up a good, I don't know, 15 feet, and it'll look like the movie, hopefully. I think I'm gonna do a tombstone, a Billy tombstone, but if you didn't know, they messed up in the series, and it actually says William on the tombstone. If I have time, I'll do the other three guys. I'll do Caleb, Dustin, and Steve at Billy's tombstone with that looking up at her. I think that'd be pretty cool. So I'll get the torso going and then I'll get right back. All right, I got some stuffing here. I got some more I gotta get. All I did was just make a body out of pool noodles. Legs going down. I came in behind I just did like a rectangle frame for the torso, and then I squeezed it together with some wire. I stuck the wire through the noodles so it'll keep them from falling down, and then I just taped around. Got electrical tape all around this. This was an old frame, but it works good for this. And then I just have a pool noodle going around for the arms. And here where the elbows are, I cut and I stuck wire all the way up through both noodles so I could bend the arm and it would stay. I gotta figure out the hands. The face is the best I can do on the face, but it's gonna be up in the air anyway and it looks up, so it's gonna be kind of hard to see it. Got those little headphones glued on, the hair's glued on. I am going to go through here with some plastic wrap, cheap plastic wrap from the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna lay a layer across the back, and I'm gonna put stuffing all in there to beef up the body, and then I'm gonna wrap around with plastic wrap so it stays. And then the same for the behind, and then a little bit of buildup going down the legs also. I'm just gonna put this stuffing in there and wrap it with plastic wrap. Okay, I had to take the shirts up to do this correctly, so I figured I'd show you how I kind of did that. It's just a pull noodle going up and around. Like I say, in the elbow joints I have a wire going through so I can bend it. And then I just made a rectangle and squeezed it together in the middle. So that's how that is. I'm gonna wrap it with that plastic wrap now and the stuffing. So I put some stuffing down towards the legs, round on the rear end, little in the chest cavity here. And I think this should work out just fine. So now I'm gonna put the clothes back on her, or it. I gotta get these shoes painted red, so I'll do that next. And I got the fishing line in yesterday, so should be able to get this hung today. Shoes. Okay, I use this Angela paints for when I do custom shoes. If you want to see those, I got a little store on Etsy. So like I said, these are just cheap, like $11, $12, $13 shoes from Walmart. I don't care. Normally I would add an additive to this paint for canvas shoes called Too Soft, but this is just a Halloween prop, so I'm just gonna go over it. I got this autumn red terracotta. Looks close enough to the colors on Stranger Things. And I just drew a little makeshift van symbol on the shoes with a pen. And I'm gonna give these a couple coats. Okay, I got the shoes painted. If you're worried about little spots like that, you just take a Q-tip with some acetone or fingernail polish remover, rub it on there. I don't really care, it's just Halloween prop. Ended up using this red oxide cheap acrylic from Dollar Tree instead of the Angelus paint. That stuff's expensive, and I'd rather save that for the custom shoes that I do. But the color actually comes out pretty close to Max's shoes in the show during that scene. If you're worried about it being perfect, go back through and make it perfect. I don't really care. This is just gonna be hanging up in the air. Nobody's ever gonna wear these, so this cheap paint will be fine. It's not like it's gonna crack from being worn or anything like that. And I know the tongue should be red and around the laces should be red. I'm just going for this. I'm just going quick and easy, get it done. So I'm gonna sit this out in the sun, and then the shoes are done. Shoes are still drying. I have, it's 75-pound fishing line. Goes through her body and out back behind the shoulder blades. I have 2 of these. So I'm gonna connect one to this and one to this. Excuse me, going the other way so it's not sliding up and down the line. For the arms, I found some old yellow socks and I just cut those and put them on there, which I'm glad for, because painting this material, I don't know, it's some kind of cotton synthetic blend. It takes coats and coats and coats and coats of paint. As you can see, the white come out horrible on the front, but the way it's pitched and angled up in the air, you won't really be seeing this one. And the back of her is facing for display anyway. So I am gonna hit her face with a little clear coat, just in hopes that that will protect it from any dew or rain that we're gonna get. I'm sure this thing's gonna get pretty heavy once it gets wet. So that's why I went with the 75. So I thought I got a 100-pound fishing line, but 75-pound would be fine also. I've got 2 of them on here. So hopefully it holds up. I'm waiting on the shoes to dry. For the hands, I'm just doing skeleton hands, but I'm painting them with this kind of skin tone close to Max's. And that's the best I'm gonna do for this. Max is up. It's a little low, but the span between this light pole and that tree is so long, I just couldn't get it any higher. Keeps wanting to sag down. I gotta get a different tombstone because this was a Hubie Dubois I made, but looks good for looks right now. So that's it. I think it looks pretty good, especially at night. It should be looking good for the trick-or-treaters.